Welcome to your natural skin makeup look. Always start off by making sure your skin is nice and damp before putting on skincare. The first step in skincare will always be serum. So you're going to make sure that you put a tiny bit, about a dime size, all throughout the face. Now, your face, neck, and chest are all one cosmetic unit, so you might want to hit that as well. The second step in skincare is always going to be moisturizer. So, this is the opportunity to really nourish the skin and massage that moisturizer into the whole cosmetic unit that is your face, neck, and chest. If you have the opportunity, this is also a good time to sneak in some face yoga and some light movements to really help massage the skin as well. For eye cream, you're going to use your ring finger to tap around underneath the eye and on the eyelid. And the ring finger has the appropriate amount of pressure for this part of the face. The very last step in prepping the actual face is going to always be SPF. No matter the time of year, SPF is a must. So apply it to the face, but also don't forget behind the hands and your ears since those parts are also exposed to the sun. Then wrap up with a little lip conditioner on the lips to soften that part of the face so that we're ready for makeup. Here we go. Let's begin with some foundation. So I love to use a liquid foundation and apply a bit onto the back of my hand. My favorite brush is going to be something like this that has this short, almost stubby type head that has a very dense hair. The objective is to build thin sheer layers onto the skin. So you're not loading your brush with a ton of product. You're only putting on a little bit and you're working the brush in one down and outward motion. So you're going to layer up that foundation little by little, starting in one area and then moving on to the second area. So you're going to see me kind of move around a little bit, but going back onto my hand to load up my brush with just a tiny bit of foundation. If I want more coverage, I can always go back in and add more. And I can use this patting motion to create a little bit more coverage in those areas where I really feel like I need it the most. Then tap a wet beauty blender on top to melt it all together. The next is concealer. So you're going to start off using your ring finger to pat concealer on the inner corner of the eye using a bouncing motion. This will help build coverage. Next, you're going to add that concealer in an up and an outward direction on the outer corner of the eye. This will give your eye a more lifted effect. Here, you're going to be able to see a little bit of the difference of the two, one side more lifted than the other. Go ahead and finish on the other side, continuing to go in that up and outward motion to create beautiful lift around the eye area. Now shift your focus back to the face and using your ring finger and concealer to create that patting and tapping motion on areas of the face that you feel need more coverage or that you feel need a little bit more of a boost. So for me, it's usually around the nose and around the chin, and then we go into powder. Gone are the days of large, huge powder brushes. So now you want to think about using a translucent powder with a smaller, more targeted brush for more strategic powdering. So definitely do it underneath the eyes. You're going to want to do it on the chin, certainly down the T-zone. So you're going to see more of that like below the nose, on top of the bridge of the nose. And more importantly, in between the brows, because that's a part of the face that can get very, very shiny very, very fast and look a little disjointed from the rest of the makeup. Now let's add some structure into the face using a contour stick, drawing in a straight line above the cheekbone. That's going to create a more lifted look, especially when you use a dense brush to use these sweeping motions to go up. And then you can also use these round buffing motions to really melt it into the skin. But you want to make sure it's going in an upward motion. Do you have to use your finger to blend? Totally cool too, but always go up and out versus down and low. It's also key to keep a cooler tone for the contour so you can see that it looks like more of a natural shade. If you want a more natural contour, take the color from the brush and go ahead and use that same straight motion, doing that buffing up and out, and also you can do some of those round motions as well. You can see the difference, more natural, a little bit more dramatic. For contouring on my forehead and on my nose, I like to switch to a softer, more fluffy brush. I grab product onto my brush and then I start and root at my hairline and pull into the center of the face, creating a natural halo look. Same goes for the nose. I like to start by rooting on the outer corners of the nose and then pulling into the nose. This creates a more natural shade to the whole face. With that fluffy brush, go ahead and add a little bit of color to the cheek. You can also root from the jawline up into the face if you wanted to create that beautiful shape. Always remember that you're going to be using more of a wrist motion, not so much the elbow, keeping your pressure light. Check out how we finish out this look in the Soft Glam Makeup look in the next tutorial.